We're going to talk about Roundhill, okay? And, well, my margin booster plan. Don't you recall? XDTE, margin boosting, yield bandit strategies, all of this. Well, that's if you subscribe to Oracle High Yield ETFs. Let's check Oracle ETFs. Let's see what we get. Oh, we got, okay, Oracle ETFs and Oracle High Yield ETFs. My Lamborghinis. You think I collect toys, huh? When you buy a new Lamborghini, they send you a handmade model from the factory, signed and everything. Anyway, long story short, I have two channels. Let's go over to, this guy was really funny. Let's go here. Let's take a look. Videos. So, let's go back. XDTE, margin update. How to use margin properly. Well, I just sold about 600 shares of Palantir in the pre-market at a profit. Okay, so that knocked down some of my margin. But the big thing has been this XDTE margin booster. This is what everybody loves. So let's go to it right now. Now I know that you're all on your phone, so I'm going to go ahead and boost this for you. How do you like that? The booster plan. Oof, your vision went bad. Here you go. So back in May, we started with that, right? So the idea was to take just 10% of it, not even 5% of your balance, and margin it, like in XDTE that pays 25 cents a week. And what's the point of this? Well, you're only margining a small amount, and this is something that the payments can pay off easily in 8 weeks. You have ROI and mental dopamine on $10,000. Those $10,000 worth of free income producing shares are now yours, and you can repeat the process. I don't trip. I have penicillin. I don't reinvest in the traditional way. I am savage. So this was going to make $1,500 a month. Well, everything's changed. Okay, today is the 11th. So let's just say, let's update it, right? Like they do on the spreadsheet. As a matter of fact, let's throw everything away. And let's go like this. You ready? 12,000 shares of XDTE. That's what we got now. The dream. None of it's on margin. This is real cash machine. This doesn't Navi road. There's no marketing erosion. They pay you what they earn. It's tied to the S&P 500. It includes most of your favorite NASDAQ garbage. Okay? Mag 7, which is a made-up hallucinogenic of an index. So, you know, if we do the math here, let's pull up one of the famous Oracle calculators, right? So now, 0.25 times 12,000. Now I have Maggie. I want to throw Maggie to the curb because I've been doing some research. So this will pay off $3,000 a week. It's nice. It's Cambodian riches. I forget about the 200K start because we've blown through that. All right, so all of this, we could throw away. Now, you know what we could do? Hold on. So, yeah, this is the whole idea. Okay, but this is the updated number. See, I want to be like your favorite YouTubers that correct their spreadsheets on the fly. This is a white paper because I have a crypto background. How do you like that? You didn't even know that this was a white paper, right? Boom. Now, I think my balance like 4 something. So the market's going to open in 8 minutes. I just unloaded Palantir, did good in earnings. It hit all my targets. I'm holding on to Hood stock because it has to hit my 124. We're close. So let's move. We don't even need this anymore. This was AMP. You know what AMP is? No, you don't, because I created it. Maximum account maximum payload. That's what your account can support without getting a margin call. Now I was thinking of this, right? Crazy. I got Maggie. Dirty Maggie. 5,000 shares. It's worth like 285,000, right? Since Roundhill has found a better way instead of doing covered calls, they're based on price action, pay weekly, and the funds don't degrade, okay, like YieldMax funds do. YieldMax was the pioneer, and these guys stood by and they watched and said, let us see what we can do to beat them. And well, imagine if they put all this together in like a Supermax. Imagine if they added, which they won't do it because they need you to have a reason to buy those separately, but XDTE, RDT, and QDT into this fund. Roundhill, are you listening? You could have a beast. But even if they put all these together, I'd rather buy all of these together than buy a shitload of these in my portfolio. Okay, I'd rather have one, a universe of these leveraged creations, the Frankenstein monsters, the Berkshire, everything, all of them together. I'd even buy the stuff I wouldn't want if they would put it together in a package. I want one thing that I could buy. Because when you look at this, let's say I sold my Maggie, okay? And, well, I got numbers. Hold on. Let's say I sold my Maggie, right? And I put $19,000 each into these select funds. Why these select funds? I'm trying not to pick, but I don't want Coinbase. All right? I don't want Coinbase. I'm crypto OG. I don't want Coinbase. Sorry. It sucks. And I have redundancy because Hui will just eat Coinbase alive. Now, I had some bad experiences buying these with leverage individually, but I'd love them together. So I figured out if I swap out my Maggie, okay, if I swap out, hold on, let me get all of you, even so Bruce, all right, from Targeted Wealth. I don't think he's still alive anymore. I believe he's a hologram, but let's do it so everyone can read it. Look at that. It almost looks like a spreadsheet. Hold your panties. I would take 12 ETFs. Tell me what you think about this concept in the comments. 12 of those ETFs. NVIDIA, AMD, Plow Your Mom, right here. Plow the Women. The Whois, Whoa. Even the guy who grew his hair back miraculously. Rubbed money on his head and grew back. AVG, yeah. Have you seen Zuckerberg? He's all jacked to the tits like the other one, floating with the titties in the ocean, Jeff Bezos. Okay, I would take the glue from the bottom of my shoe and put money in it. So here's the thing. This would break down I swap out Maggie. Maggie's paying me, look, Maggie right now is paying me $19.50 a week. I just got it today. But this, if I swap to these weeklies and put $19,000 in each one, it's unbelievable. But come down here. Okay, my weekly payout would be $3,300, not including XDTE or anything. I would have $57,000 left over as cushion. And this is a 70% higher monthly income, or no, weekly income than Maggie. Maggie's paying me $19. Now, Maggie is the Magnificent Seven. I'm not a fan of the Magnificent Seven, but it seems to have been working. Okay, what they're doing is they're not selling covered calls. Okay, they are using their own ETF called MAGs. And I think what they're doing with that is swaps. Okay, but it's been working. Like I said before, I don't care what's in the ETF. It could be bird shit or it could be dog shit wrapped in feathers, as long as it makes money, does not NAV erode or market erode where they intentionally pay you too much to get you to invest in the fund. Okay, I don't like that either. I want my capital to grow. I want to fall off my fucking yacht. And they find me 5 years later, right? And I got my capital grew and there's a fuck ton of dividends. Don't you agree? Okay, it's called the fall off the yacht principle. So if we do all of this and I make this switch, I have a mess in my portfolio. Okay, I have all these stupid funds and they're going to go red, green, drive me crazy. Some are going to make money, lose money. I hate the idea. So what are we going to do? Probably going to sell my Maggie. Let's just tell Roundhill, what do we want? Cast your vote for the next batch of weekly ETFs. All right, I want them to pay on Monday. Okay, the committee is going to go wild. All right, what stocks would you like to see join the weekly ETF suite? Please rank them. You think I have time to do this shit, Dave? You don't even fucking do interviews. I don't know where you are. No. Wait. What's this? Make a YMAX killer. A universe. I'm gonna really help them. Here's what I got for Dave. Make a YMAX killer. A universe of weeklies. Plus a bonus from the Oracle. Did you see it? Bonus, add a universe of the 3 ODTEs, XDTE, RDTE, and QDTE. Put those 3 together as a universe, okay? We buy the whole, everything. Dave, you can go nuts, right? And you don't even need to do interviews. You don't need to have any YouTube. I can't say anything. Done! I want to create my own surveys? No. I want her to blow me, okay? Because I'm busy at the desk here, you know? You heard it. In the past, when I used to do live streams, Survey Monkey my balls. So here I am. My Robinhood is also up $5,000. I should take that money too, right? That comes right off my margin. That's, you know what? 116,000. I'm taking that too. We're gonna dump all of these on the market on top of people's heads. Right there. I'm up $5,000. I will gladly take that right now. Thank you very much. Today's really a good day to clean house. We're not up that much, you know. So here's where I was this morning, okay? I don't use my dividends to pay for my margin. I was commuting, okay? I was more margin than you could shake a tit at, even Marge's tits. I'll bring them back if you want. But now we have reduced our margin to 294. And yes, I took a hit. Oh my God. Okay. I took a hit of about $70,000. But I'm still up 117,000 from what I've deposited here in May. But I took a hit of about 70 grand because of friggin' Coinbase and Amazon earnings. But that's another story. We make it back. This is what we do. So now we still have 294. I've collected dividends from Maggie. I've kept it even, but it's shit wrapped in feathers. But let's go ahead and wipe out some more margin. We have 294,000 in margin. Let's say goodbye to Maggie. Okay, she's down 5,000. Hold on. So all shares. Maggie, it was nice. By the way, if you want to get into my Discord, there's links below. Okay, for the Oracle Elite Discord, there is something called the Profit Ripping Manifesto. It's not swing trading or day trading. You can't post here. You can read about it. And then there's people here doing it in the Profit Ripping Manifesto room. Just taking tons of profits. Amazing. You can also learn about core compounding. Same thing. There's a core compounding manifesto, the ultimate money management system I've created. And you can talk about that in our community strategies, where we share exactly what we are doing. And then there's something very elite. You can read about it below. The Apex community. It's a private paid community like no other. But everything else is free. There's the Apex base, my moves in real time. Everyone in gold or red is an Apex member. But we're about high yield, degenerate ETFs. And we've outgrown being seduced. We are the evolved. You can join. When you come in, say hello so we know you're human and not Kamir. Actually, Kamir is welcome. We miss him. We now come full circle, ladies and gentlemen, to Roundhill XDTE, which is in profit even though it pays every single week. Massive. We only have $11,000 available. Well, no, not available. On margin. You know what that means? At $3,000 a week in 1 month, 12,000 shares are paid for and mine. We have come full circle on XDTE. We have come full circle. Margin booster. And now look at this. The irony. I owe how much? Let's take a look. $11,033. You ready to watch me pay that off, baby? Woo! This is amazing. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up an SGov account. I want the feeling of spending my money. I want the feeling of, instead of reinvesting, I want to see it build up. At the end of every month, 12,000, 24, it could be used for anything. But I want to see it. The human mind has to see it and comprehend and feel that they are constantly doing something. So now we're going to go ahead and take our dividend from this week. Okay, hold on. Let's see what we actually got. And we'll put it in escrow. All right, so this is what I collected off Maggie in dividends. Okay, so that wasn't really bad. I'm going to open up my escrow again. And what I'm going to do is put my XDTE in for the entire month. So this is how we're going to do it. This is exciting. So XDTE 2542 plus, nobody else does this like this, real. $3,000 plus 3079. All right, we're going to buy some SGov. So let's go ahead and do it. Why SGov? You could pick any. Here's SGov. You could pick T-bill. I like SGov. Now, it's $100. It pretty much stays $100 flat. So what we're going to do is we're going to do buy. We're going to use the little calculator thingy here. Hold on. Here. I mean, we can figure this out, but I'll just show you all. So we're putting our XDTE dividends where we can see them. This is amazing. This is such a great idea. And you know what? I just want to buy it right away. I don't care. So now we're going to see my dividends build up for the first time ever. So now we have serious firepower. We have income. We've reduced our risk. We've paid down our margin. We only owe $11,000. You know, it's ironic. But we come right back to here. Except it's going to be paid off in about 3.5 weeks instead of 2 months. I love XDTE. It's the S&P 500. I mean, come on. They tried to copy it. They made stupid SDTY, but I don't know. Maybe they're dwarfs and malfunctioning. But this is great, man. I love it. Now, tell me, would you want to buy this whole bag of birds? I mean, this is really a bag of feathers. I would rather. Man, I really don't want the individual funds. Dave, listen up. Roundhill, pay attention. None of this matters anymore. It's just white. Boom. I want one. I don't want to buy this whole mess of crap. So now I sit and I wait for the next opportunity. If you're in my Discord, you'll find out what it is, or you could just be a pacifist drip. Maybe you should see a physician. It could be an STD, a stupidly transmitted disease. You can get that from watching stupid YouTubers. They used to call it comes from the urethra. They used to call it ulti. Now we pee from it. Amazing. Look at that. I saw Robin Hood this morning, and she's on her way down. Everybody goes down on me. If you see my ulti video, you know what I mean. What a perfect exit that was. Let's check the markets. This is so exciting. Let's refresh. Woof. We're barely green. Me? I don't even have any fucking margin anymore. Woo! All right, let's see. So, I have apparently $16,000 in margin. I guess because I moved that money over from, I created, hold on, where is it? SGov, yes. So here is, let's zoom now. You're gonna love this. Okay, so here we are. Let's zoom for those of you at home. This is gonna be great. Okay, you ready? First of all, we're gonna do containment experiment. XDTE, the one that, the hamburglar, the condiment thief, the quitter who doesn't quit but does it for views. You know who I'm talking about. The hamburger architect. He's getting bigger and bigger by the moment. What do you think I'm talking about? Yes, his subscriber count. Congratulations to those of you who follow those in trailer parks, mobile homes, and just general morons. So here we are. So I have my profits from hold on. Yeah, my profits from XDTE are here. We watch for NAV erosion or market fluctuation, but all my dividends are going to build here every week until I do something else, something more fantastic and fabulous. This is going to be great. You know what it's like to have no margin? No margin, and together we're going to watch it build up. We remember the Ulti containment series, which totally was a fail. But people don't see it because if you bleed them out slowly in a bathtub, it's not as brutal as just ripping their heart out. As I unload, the markets turn red. Wow, this was pretty epic. I encourage you to watch my previous videos. YouTube doesn't want you to see this content. Don't you hate when YouTubers play music? I find it annoying sometimes too, but hey, I like to listen to it. Have a great day. Stay tuned for more, because I'm not done. Roundhill got my message and we're not playing. Come on out, Dave. Everyone have a great day.